What's up, guys? Ace here, and today I wanted to talk about World War II Zombies as a whole and how it went for this past year for Call of Duty Zombies and how good it was, and was it worth it? Was it worth the $60 and the $50 for the season pass and everything? And how this game eventually turned out after DLC 4 and pretty much with the Black Ops 4 coming out next week. So I just wanted to talk about World War II Zombies was definitely a roller coaster, because in the beginning I was really excited for it. Before this game came out, I was like, yes, it's the same people that made Dead Space, and that game was terrifying. That game is one of the best games, I would say, or one of the best trilogies or game series in for a while. The zombies in that game were just crazy. They were pretty scary. But anyway, I was super excited that they were going to be these same people making the World War II Zombies stuff. So they released the trailers and everything, and it seemed pretty crazy. It seemed pretty scary. It seemed like it was going to be a real zombie sort of thing, where it's going to be hey, I'm in a zombie apocalypse. Maybe this is a little scary. I don't think Treyarch really has it. Sometimes you get a little weirded out by some things, but it's not that same feeling that you would get with Dead Space. But I was super excited about that, and then the game came out, and it was pretty scary. For the first couple hours I played this game, it was pretty terrifying. The zombies making their weird noises and jumping on top of you and coming out of the windows, everything was just terrifying. I don't know if you guys remember, but on the first map, the Final Reich, going into that bunker sort of thing, and then opening up everything was so terrifying for me. It was actually pretty darn scary. The room of just blood and everything. It was good. It was nice. It gave you that feeling of, oh snap, we're really in a zombie apocalypse. These guys aren't friendly at all, and it was nice. It was a good experience. But the problem is that only lasted a couple hours, and then after that, it was just so repetitive. And I don't know if any game developer can make it so that it's not repetitive. Well, it's because it's going to be the same thing over and over and over again, and eventually it's just going to get tedious listening to the same quotes and everything, and the same sort of zombie growls and everything. It's just going to be the same thing over and over again. But besides that, it was nice. I liked the Final Reich. The Final Reich was a good map. I think that it was probably one of the best maps, if not the best map, that World War II Zombies had to offer. It was probably because I got to play it the most. I was most excited about the game at that point in time. It was a lot of fun. The Easter egg was nice. I actually loved the fact that they did a casual Easter egg and a hardcore Easter egg. For those people who don't want to do a hardcore Easter egg, or just don't think they can do the casual Easter egg, still get sort of the cutscene, and it was nice. It was a good, balanced map. It was a really good start for the series, and the story was there. The story was nice. There were some good cinematics. Everything was just nice. We had some pretty cool, mid-boss tier bosses, and those were pretty, scary to go off against for the first couple times. It was great. It was a good start. And then we had the Groesten Haas map, kind of the bonus extra map that you get after you beat one of the Easter eggs for the Final Reich. And that was also fun. That was not bad. It wasn't something you're obviously going to play all the time, but it was still there for if you wanted to just play zombies but not really go in too much with setting up and everything. And it was nice. It was kind of like Nocturne Toten, but a little smaller, more chaotic, more hectic, with actual boss zombies. Noct didn't have sort of any boss zombies. It was just zombies scaling up in the levels whenever each round went on. So it was cool. It was a different experience. I don't think even exo zombies are we didn't have that sort of thing for a while, and we got a super condensed map for that. So that was nice, and you didn't have to really do much for that, because even if you did the casual Easter egg, you would unlock Groesten Haas, which is really nice. You get to pretty much play 2 maps for the price of 1. So you get that, and then next off we had the Darkest Shore. Now this map is utter garbage. I hate this map so much. I hate it. I just don't want to look at it. I hate this map so much. And it's because of that stupid Spider-Man thing that I just hate it so much. That's all I want to say about it. That map is the worst map in World War II Zombies. It was so bad. And I feel like this was the point where people started to realize, like, okay, maybe World War II Zombies was a good idea conceptually, and then it was not the best afterwards, because like a lot of people kind of dropped off after this point, because this DLC, I don't know, it probably was enjoyable to some, but I just could not stand this DLC. I didn't play it that much. I mean, I did play it, but I got so burnt out on having to face that big, like, Spider-Man thing every single time the fog came in after, like, round 5, and it was just not fun at all. So that map happened. That wasn't the most fun, but next off we had the Shadowed Throne, I believe. And I actually like that map. That map was really simple, kind of. If you're not going for the Easter egg, it was pretty simple. It was a nice, well-balanced map. It was just kind of like your standard map. You have your, like, couple training spots. You have your, I don't know if you could camp anywhere, but you have your general, like, map layout. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it was nice. It was, like, really balanced. You could have fun with the map. It was, like, replayable, because you could do all sorts of things. Like, you could just train in the middle area, like, right outside the theater or something. It was nice because it didn't, like, force you into anything like the Shadow Throne did with, like, that boss battle every single time. And I understand why they put that in, just so that it spices up your gameplay, but, like, I just did not like that map at all. So Shadow Throne was a much bigger improvement, and that DLC all in itself was better for World War II as a whole, because even in multiplayer, it made such a big difference. Like, multiplayer was just revamped in that DLC. And so people just came back to World War II for a whole lot of reasons, and obviously they would try out Zombies because it was there. So you might as well try the Zombies experience, and that was good. So DLC 2, if I had to say to buy a DLC in this game, I would say DLC 2 is the one to go. Or DLC 4, but DLC 2 was really good. DLC 3... Now, this one was super controversial. This one was something that people either liked a lot or they hated a lot. So, this DLC was a really different take. I like that they wanted to innovate and go a different direction, but I just don't know if it was the right way to do it. I'm not sure. I'm not, like, taking any sides. I didn't really enjoy it for the most part, but I'm not saying that it was bad. Not as bad as The Darkest Shore. But the Tortured Path was just, you had to, basically it was like a set of challenges that you had to do. You had 10 rounds, and every, like, third round or so, you would get a challenge, and then you had the final boss battle at, like, round 10 or 11 or something like that. And that wasn't too bad. Some of the challenges were just ridiculous and annoying to do, and I feel like it would be more fun with more people. It would, like, on solo, it's just not as fun, not as, like, you know, it doesn't really get the same effect as, like, doing it with a bunch of people. Like, you're trying to get out of this area, you want to get it done with 4 people or your friends or something. And there were some challenges that were bad, but generally it wasn't the worst thing. Like, the 10 rounds aren't your normal, typical, like, first 10 rounds. They scale up to be, like, really pretty difficult by the time you get to round 10. And you didn't get there were, like, 3 stages basically. So you had your I don't even remember what it was called, but you had one map, there's small maps. So you had one small map. You had to do the 10 rounds and beat the boss and everything, and then you'd go on to second map, beat the 10 rounds, do your boss, and then the third map, and so on. It was just the 3 maps, and you just had to do stuff like that. So you didn't get access to, like, the second and third maps until you beat their, like, I guess, mini Easter eggs or their steps to get to the next map, which kind of threw me off. I didn't really like that, but I guess it's there for a reason, so I guess it's not bad. It's innovation. It's cool, and that was good. Overall, I think I like that they did something like that, and they really tried to innovate a little more than, you know, just having your standard maps and stuff like that. DLC 4, honestly, I wasn't here for when DLC 4 came out, and I didn't play DLC 4. I don't even think I've turned that on, because I was just so burnt out with World War II Zombies. But I've heard it's pretty good. The Easter egg, I did see that, and the God King part of the Easter egg, that's actually, like, really cool. I think that was really cool. The problem is, at the end of DLC 3, you're just like, what was the point of even going to the DLC 3, like, map? That was pointless. Like, there's no point to going there. And then, I mean, I'm sure there's some point, but it just seems so, like, pointless. And at the beginning of DLC 4, like, they're just doing their own thing. So I feel like it was a weird, like, rough start for DLC 4. But we got there, and then we did the Easter egg for the God King, and that was really cool. The ending was really weird, and I don't know exactly what's going on with the ending, but it was cool. DLC 4 was cool. So at the end of the day, World War II Zombies was definitely a roller coaster. I would say if you really wanted to get into it, just get the base game. I think the base game had the best map. The Final Reich was really good. The Easter egg was fun. The side Easter, or like the mini Easter egg, or the casual Easter egg was also really good. And then you get Gross and Haas as like a side thing. And also, I wanted to talk about that Zombies event they had in World War II. That was a lot of fun also. I think that was really good. But the DLCs, honestly, for this year around, I don't think they were worth it as much as like I would want them to be. Like, not worth the $15. Like, obviously, if you're getting them for multiplayer, you might as well try it out for Zombies. But I don't think the DLC was worth getting the season pass or anything like that, because only like I kind of sort of like the second map just because you could do your own thing and not really be punished by it. And then the fourth map, the Easter egg, was really cool, so you might get it for that. But the second one, or the first DLC, was just a no. Don't even like start it up on your console. Don't even like look at the page to buy it because it's that bad. And then the third DLC was like, it's kind of up to you. Are you into that challenge sort of thing, or are you into just normal, your standard survival and stuff? I mean, I guess it is survival, but with the added challenges. So it's not bad. I would give it a shot if you have the extra money or you want to try it out, but it wasn't the best thing, I think, that people were looking for, but some people were, so it's nice. It was only one DLC, not too bad. I think it was a good change, but I'm kind of conflicted on like what I think about it. So anyway, guys, that's what I think. World War II Zombies, yay or nay? I would have to say, honestly, a nay. Like, I don't... As a whole, World War II Zombies was not that great for me. I think that Exo Zombies and Infinite Warfare Zombies was better than World War II Zombies. I really do. And Exo Zombies, like, I liked their innovation. Like, you know, they had Exos. You know, it's weird. It's definitely weird. Zombies, first of all, are pretty far-fetched already. And then you have Exo boosters and everything on some zombies, and, like, EMP zombies. It was crazy, but it was like a fun kind of crazy for me in Exo Zombies, at least for most of the maps. And then Infinite Warfare Zombies, like the goofy theme and everything, I liked that for some of the maps. It was fun. Some of the maps weren't that great, but World War II Zombies honestly would rank the lowest on me. It would be even below Extinction. And actually, Extinction isn't that bad, so it's not really comparing it to much, but Extinction was much better than this. I really feel like they could have done a better job. And one of the problems was that, like, Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield just left by DLC 2, before DLC 2 came out, I think. And I feel like that's when the game really got good by DLC 2, and then after that, it just kind of went downhill and then went back up. So that's why I'm saying it's a roller coaster of a game. But all in all, I don't really like World War II Zombies. I don't know if that was the answer you guys were looking for, but personally, I'm not really the biggest fan for World War II Zombies. And I like the base game, like the Final Reich. That was good, but the other ones not so much. But yeah, that's what I think about World War II Zombies. I would go with Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare more than that, but that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Black Ops 4 is so close, and I'm just so ready to play Black Ops 4 Zombies, really get into that one, 9, Voyage of Despair, and the Blood of the Dead. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so hectic on the first day, doing 3 different maps and then layouts and everything for that map. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, don't just do it, ace it. I'll see you guys in the next video, or hint, hint, something else. And that's going to be it. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.